Audrey Marie Hilley's chilling story of deception, murder, and flight has captivated public attention for decades, transforming her life into one of the most notorious true crime cases in American history. This Alabama housewife's turn to a life of crime, which included poisoning her family and multiple aliases, reads like a crime novel, yet every detail is rooted in real events. It all started in the early 1970s when Frank Hilley, Audrey's husband, began experiencing mysterious, persistent symptoms. Nausea, stomach pains, and weakness plagued him without clear diagnosis, leaving doctors and family members puzzled. However, Frank's condition worsened quickly, and he passed away in 1975, with his death initially attributed to natural causes. The true cause of his suffering, however, would later shock everyone close to the Hilley family, leading investigators on a dark path toward an unsettling truth. Years after Frank's death, Audrey's teenage daughter, Carol, began showing symptoms disturbingly similar to her father's. Carol's health deteriorated alarmingly fast, but doctors couldn't pinpoint the cause. Audrey's apparent devotion to her daughter raised no red flags at first, as she regularly administered medications to Carol, reportedly to help her cope with her worsening condition. However, suspicion soon crept in, especially after it was revealed that Audrey had taken a substantial life insurance policy on Carol. For family members, déjà vu struck painfully, and their doubts grew too strong to ignore. The breakthrough came when doctors finally discovered traces of arsenic in Carol's system. When law enforcement learned of this, they revisited Frank's death and exhumed his body, only to find high levels of arsenic there as well. It became evident that Audrey had poisoned both her husband and daughter over an extended period. The motive? Life insurance money and financial gain, combined with what seemed like a callous disregard for her loved ones' lives. Audrey's arrest made headlines, and her composed demeanor as authorities uncovered the horror made her story all the more chilling. Even more astonishing, Audrey managed to escape while out on bail. Faking her own kidnapping, she left behind her identity and transformed into Robbie Hannon, a woman with a fabricated past and a new life. Audrey eventually remarried, adopting yet another alias, Terry Martin, and lived undetected for several years. Her ability to disappear into a new life reflected an almost cinematic cunning, eluding law enforcement until a slip-up finally led to her arrest in 1983. In 1987, while on a temporary release to visit her husband, Audrey made one last attempt to evade authorities. This time, she disappeared into the woods, but exposure to freezing temperatures became her downfall. When police found her, Audrey was suffering from hypothermia. She later died in the hospital, her final act of escape ending in tragedy and adding yet another twist to her already infamous story. Audrey's story still resonates with the public, capturing the dark allure of a suburban wife turned cold-blooded killer. Many who followed her case feel haunted by her ability to deceive those closest to her.